Hey guys, Bearded Appliance Repair here. I'm just doing this video because today is my 1-year anniversary of starting my own business. Bearded Appliance Repair. We go house to house, fixing people's appliances. If you guys are subscribers, you already know what I do. I go house to house, fixing people's appliances, and I just thought I'd do something a little bit different. Since today is my 1st-year anniversary, I just wanted to talk about it. Say thank you for everybody who helped me, because if you are a subscriber and if you've watched my videos, you have helped me. I wouldn't have been able to start my business without my YouTube channel. It wouldn't have gave me confidence anyways. I could have started it. I know what I'm doing, like I know how to do this stuff, but I wouldn't have been comfortable to actually say, all right, it's time for me to quit my job and start my own business and work on it full time. One thing I do want to say about starting your own business is it doesn't happen overnight. I planned it out, because in 2018 is whenever I decided, like, okay, I want to start my own business. I've been in the industry, working on appliances for I think two and a half years at that point. I'm the kind of guy that realizes if you know how something works, you can fix anything, and that doesn't matter what it is. If you know how plumbing works, you can, fix plumbing, start your own business. If you know how if you know how to cut hair, if you know how that works, you can start your own thing doing that. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. There's a way that it works, and if you know that, you can start your own business on it, likely. But point is, started my business 1 year ago, and I planned for it. Like, I knew it was gonna happen. So what are those things you got to do to actually make it happen? One, I started an LLC. That's a limited liability company. And what that really does is it helps prevent, like, say you accidentally scuff somebody's floor, or you cause a water leak and you messed up, $10,000 worth of damage on, somebody's floor or whatever, and that customer wants to sue you because of it. If you don't take care of it, you don't make them happy, I mean, they can legally make you responsible for it. And if you don't have that kind of money to actually pay for it, they can come for your house, they can come for your car, they can come for whatever you own. If you have a limited liability company, there's an added layer of protection there, so it's only whatever the business owns. So say they sue you for $50,000 because it costs them $50,000 to redo all the floors in their home, or they got a bunch of foundation damage or whatever it may be, and you can't cover it. Your business can go bankrupt, and you'll be able to have, your house still, your vehicle still, and there's just a little bit of extra protection for you. There's ways that they can pierce the corporate veil, that they say, so whenever you're doing your research, they can still come after you. They really can. So, but it does make it a little bit tougher. If you were a sole proprietor, which is what most people do whenever they start their own business, they can come right at you, because your business is you, and what you own, they can, take it from you or make it, Anyways, do your own research. If you want to start your own business, I recommend forming an LLC to add that extra layer of protection for you. One other thing is having insurance, general liability insurance, just in case. You never know what'll happen. You might be that guy that's like, I never do anything wrong. But we're human. We do make mistakes. I know I have. Luckily, haven't been able, or haven't done any major damage to anybody's house, so I haven't had to use any of that kind of stuff. So good to go there. But you do want to have that protection, and it doesn't cost that much either, guys. I want to say mine cost me around $250 a year for general liability. If you guys want to start your own business and you want to work for warranty companies, they will require having some sort of general liability. They'll also require you having a commercial auto for X amount of dollars. I forget what it is. I'm either covered for $500,000 or $1 million, and whatever damages that may happen. But you'll know if you want to sign up for those warranty companies, you can, which is one thing I did as well. Whenever I first started my business, I signed up for all the warranty companies I could. What you want to do, unless you want to hire employees or have as much work as you want, you want to have COD calls, which is cash on delivery. So I go to somebody's house, I do the work, they pay me cash on delivery or cash whenever the work's done. That's what you really want to do. Because whenever I work for warranty companies, I'd go out, do the work, my money's in the part, my money's in the gas, whatever it is, and they don't give you a check for another 30 days or so. I mean, it's good for you if you're starting out your own business, but depending on how much you do and how much money you have, you can have, let's say, $2,000 tied up in parts, and you won't get that money back until they send you out that check. And a lot of times it's either 30 business days, which can end up being 45 days. So you'll be doing the work and you won't get paid for 45 days or so. But that's what you get whenever you're working for warranty companies. So just be aware of that. But I did do that at the beginning, and there was some times where I was like, hey, Dad, I don't have a lot of money right now. I'm waiting on these checks from these guys. If I need you, can I borrow, say, like $1,000, just to have parts? But luckily, I didn't have to do that. But I did, make sure if I needed it, my dad would help me out. Luckily, like I was saying, I didn't need to do that. But again, starting your own business, that's some of the things you got to do and you got to plan for. You got to have money, you got to have the tools to be able to do the job, and yeah, a lot of things you got to do to start this own business. And it's been a year for me. The year has gone pretty well. The beginning of it was a little scary. I remember my first day was on a Wednesday, May 27th. I worked Monday and Tuesday at my previous position, doing the same thing for someone else. And on Wednesday, I remember having a full day. Because everybody who was calling me, Monday or Tuesday, would be like, yeah, I can get to you Wednesday. I can get to you Wednesday. I can get to you Wednesday. When I was doing it on the side after I got off. I didn't want to work weekends, even whenever I was doing it as a side gig, because my off time is very important to me. I work 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day, and I do about 4 to 5 calls. Sometimes I can fit more in, but there's a lot of stuff you guys got to do as a business owner. You're ordering the parts, you're calling the customers. You're not going to be able to answer every single call, so you got to call those folks back. Whenever you're doing 4 to 5 a day, that's usually a good point for me anyways, where you can balance all that out and be done by the time 4 o'clock runs around. That's when I want to be done. If you're that guy that don't care, it just wants to work, make that money, you can. I mean, if that's what you want to do. I don't want to work that hard. I worked that hard for somebody else and made almost nothing. I didn't want to continue doing that. I quit my job so I didn't have to work that hard. I work for myself so I can make a decent amount of money, be able to survive, pay all the bills, and not kill myself doing it. I didn't want to kill myself working. So that's one major reason I'm starting my business, and that's why I do the things that I do now. I don't care about making $200,000. I want to be able to live comfortably, not having, if I want to go on vacation, I can. As long as you know, because I'm making probably double the amount of money I did at my previous position. And I mean, I'm not super crazy on spending my extra money. I got other things I'm thinking about to, you know, build that wealth, and that's something, if you guys like this kind of stuff, I can throw out some more ideas at you on what I actually plan to try and build the wealth and, you know, make it to where I don't have to work. Because that's my ultimate goal. I want to be able to retire early. So what you got to do to retire? You got to make a lot of money. How do you make a lot of money? You got to have money to make money. So the extra money I'm making, I'm trying to make more money with that extra money. You know, I'm saying that a lot. But initially, what I'm trying to do is invest it wisely so that money I have grows. And if it grows enough to where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to retire, that's what I'd truly love to do. I don't have to have the nicest house in the world. I don't have to have the nicest car in the world. I don't care about that. I just want to live comfortably, not have to worry about money. If I want to go on vacation, I can go on vacation. That's what I want to do. Anyways, when I started, okay, we got the LLC, we got the insurance out of the way, and, you know, you can work for warranty companies, you know, this or that, starting your own business. I don't know if I got to this. If I did, I'm sorry, but you need to know what you're doing. If you don't know anything about plumbing, you won't start a plumbing business. If you don't know anything about appliances, why would you start your own appliance repair business? If you don't know anything about it, you know, you shouldn't be starting a business on it. You may want to, which I can understand. It's good business to get into, but if you get started, you say, all right, I'm an appliance repair company. You go out to your first call, and you don't know what the heck you're doing. Those customers are going to know you don't know what the heck you're doing. They've probably had people over at their house before working on something. So they're just trying out a new guy because they didn't like the old guy for some other reason. You need to know what you're doing. How do you know what you're doing? Do it. What I mean by that, get you some appliances, whether it's used, try and find out what's going on with them, fix them, go work for another company. You know, you gotta know what you're doing, start your own business, so make sure you know that. All you do need to know, though, is how it works. If you know how it works, you can fix it. So just be in that critical thinking mind on, you know, how you gonna fix these things. All right, let's say it's a washer, for example. You know, all they do, they fill up with water, agitate, drain, and spin. That's all they do. That's it. There might be, you know, specifics on, okay, this one's got a fabric softener dispenser, so all right, there's an extra valve for that fabric softener dispenser. One thing you may need to know, because sometimes you go into a call where, say it's an LG, Samsung, doesn't matter what it is, there's an error code that pops up halfway through the cycle, and customers will tell you, okay, I have a washer that pops up an error code, you know, in the middle of it. You're like, okay, what's the error code? They'll tell you the error code, or they may not. So if you find out, like, okay, this washer messes up at the beginning of the cycle, all right, or in the middle of the cycle. In the middle of the cycle, what does this thing do? Okay, at the beginning it fills up with water, and it agitates, and then it spins, and then it fills back up during the rinse. So what I do is I get in there and I test everything. Okay, I'm going to test the cold water valve, I'm going to test the hot water valve, I'm going to test the valve that goes over to the fabric softener, I'm going to test the valve that goes to the bleach dispenser, because sometimes those things can stick open, and if it sticks open and overfills, boom, error code pops up. So if you know that there's 4 valves on that, and you know that 2 of them are used at the beginning and the other 2 are used in the middle of the cycle, you know, okay, I gotta test those valves out because they happen in the middle. If it's something at the end, like, okay, I have an error, or this thing quits whenever it's spinning. You're like, okay, you got to test everything for the spinning. Whenever it's an agitate, there's usually some sort of function that, you know, shifts it into agitate or shifts it into spin. So you got to find out, okay, is that thing working? And if it is working, good. If it's not, something else. Could be the belt. Could be, you know, there's different ways that these washers do work, but essentially they all do the same thing. Fill it with water, agitate, drain, and spin. There's different ways they do it, but that's essentially what they do. And if you know that, you can fix it. And you just gotta, you know, the more you do it, the more experience you have. You know that this washer does this, likely this is what the problem is. Like LGs, for example, usually what I only replace on those things, water valves, drain pumps. Because, you know, they'll have an LE error code where the water valve just won't stop. It'll just keep filling, keep filling, keep filling. Sometimes it's the fill valve, sometimes it's the hot valve, or the fill cold valve. Sometimes it's the fill hot valve, and sometimes, you know, it's that bleach dispenser valve or the fabric softener. So if you know that, it comes with experience. Just those little details that make you look good. If you can find out a problem within 10 minutes, they're like, whoa, this guy knows what he's doing. I'm calling him every single time. You need to have that experience if you want to start your own business. Makes you look good. Anyways, I guess I'm going to cut this video short or just stop it. If you guys like this kind of stuff, I mean, if you guys want to hear more specifics about, you know, me starting my business, put a comment down below or something. Or if you guys do have your own business, you know, and you guys want me to tell you, I don't know, how I get calls or something like that, let me know. Whatever you guys want, whenever it comes to me talking about my business or how to start it, the specific things I do, ask me a question. I'll see what I can do about making a video on it. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for being a subscriber and, you know, support me to help me start my own business, because today is my 1-year anniversary, and I can't call myself successful because I haven't been doing it for 5 years yet. But so far so good, and I want to thank you guys for helping me do that. Thank you. You guys take care.